Hey people, just thought I'd give you a little guided tour of where we're at the minute. We're in Alozaina, about 30k north of Malaga. We got here the day before New Year's Eve. It's now the 2nd of January and the clouds have parted. It was a pretty miserable evening, New Year's Eve, but we had a very lovely time just sat in the van, just me and Gus. Very peaceful. But yeah, we've joined Anne and John in their kind of patch of land. John's been here for quite a few years. Anne came to live with him just a few years ago. But John is kind of mastering the art of the natural build, kind of learning by his own mistakes and doing some good reading. And he's, I'll not show you his first house just now because they're probably in it, so I don't want to wander around with the video camera. But you can probably see in the background here, there's our Gussie. Hi! And she's just working her way through. Anyway, let's go and have a little look at John's new house, which I think we'll all agree with. It's starting to take shape here. I think he started this just over a year ago, and he just recently had his solar panels installed and he's put a tracker on even more recently. Just had has increased his flow quite a lot. So you can see it's quite nice. It looks like a building site, as it very much is. But kind of a look inside. You can see, let's have a look on the outside first. Most of it is cob, which is his mix of the earth that we've been helping sort through. These are little piles, so he just basically digs a load out of the ground and throw it on the floor in here. And we've got to sort out the big stones first, pull those out. And then we go over and sieve it to get the worst of it, or the rest of the gravel out like that. And hopefully then, look underneath the sieve, kind of left with something resembling sand, but obviously this is clay, which is then mixed with, there's this sand pile there, and you can see this kind of straw lying around everywhere at the minute, but that gets mixed together and turned into something like that, which is this kind of raw mix of cob, which is brilliant because if it's kept in a bucket, it doesn't go off. So long as the sun can't get to it to dry it out, you can keep stuff for days. So, you know, although he does work sometimes, there's a little giveaway with a bit of cement. He's put some in on the foundations that are down the bottom here. It tends to not work with a lot of cement at all. So obviously cement goes off. It's a lot quicker to work with and disappear. But you can see some of his walls here. These are again just big stones surrounded by the cob, and that's rock hard. There's no way that anybody's gonna. Well, the weather anyway. I mean, obviously you can push it over, but you can push a brick wall over to not too much difficulty. So yeah, John's been trying to speed the process up a little bit, and so he's actually bought in some bricks to try and hurry things along a little bit. So here's his brickwork, but he will go over the outside with cob, not to disguise it, but just to give it the thermal property and the acoustic vibe, and keep him with it. So you can see these are his walls from the top, and this is what Anne spends a lot of the time doing. She's just kind of putting her feminine touch in there. You see, these are bottoms of glass bottles. These are the big ones that they keep the water in, and then you can see the wine bottles to the right there. So this actually goes back into the mountain. It's quite tricky to see, but You can see he's actually excavated into the hillside. You can see some of the raw straw just there and there that needs the daub putting over it. So he puts the straw bale on and then the cob on the outside, and then he will eventually render it all with a very fine mix of cob, where maybe he won't even put straw in. But this is his upstairs kitchen. So this will be his stove. You can see this is all made out of cob. There's his pipe that runs out the top, which is iron. That's not cob. But this is so exciting. He's got the place on the bottom where he'll put the fire, and then he'll put a door over this bit, and that's his upper oven. And then a little feed on the side. Not really sure what it's all for. But this is amazing. I'm loving it. And here is where Anne is working on again. She's putting the windows in. These are windows out of a Range Rover, and they're just held in place with the cob again. And you see the glass bottles are working as bricks. So this is one of John's little top tips that he's given me for cutting the glass. You can see here's one of the. It's just a wine bottle. You can see that. You can see it's rough cut, but that doesn't matter because that's going to be buried inside the cob. If I can just quickly show the outside of this, you can see that you don't end up with the sharp bits on the glass or anything. These are both bottom sides, so the bottoms are put back to back to make like a brick or an air pocket to let light through. And then the cob is just put around it. You can see all these bits around here being made up. And just looking over there, this is his rammed earth wall. So if you kind of look as close as is possible, you can see the layers where he's actually just built up. He's put like scaff planks in, held together with posts, and then just put a mixture of the earth and sand, and then he just rams it. He's got like a tamping stick, which is just a big heavy flat bottom thing. You just compact the earth in, like just press it down and down and down again, and that's solid. Although he did say he did get woken up a couple of months back. He did have an archway that he built over here, and he was going to put in a round window, but the weather got the better of it, and it actually washed a bit of the archway over, and it collapsed. So he'd gone back. So this is his front door. John is a carpenter by trade, so he's quite good with his wood stuffs, as you can see. Just see the cobs around at the top of the left of there, and there's also, this is a bedstead that they found, and using that as a decoration for the top of the door. So yeah, there's a lot of kind of reclaimed stuff. And you see his wonderful roof at the top, and all the poles and stuff are made. They're all cut chestnut ones. There's a lot of sweet chestnut in this part of Spain, and it's very strong and very sturdy. So yeah, I'll give you updates as to what we get onto. I will see. We'll go down at some point and see his house down the bottom. If Gus will give us a little wave. Hi, Gussie. Yeah, see, oh, she's quite happily parked up. This was going to be John's storeroom at some point. And there's one of his balls. Yeah, it's a storehouse for Ushi. It's storing our van, yes. And us, yeah. So we have a nice store. Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, John hasn't got any expectations of us to do anything, which is really nice. I think up to Christmas we worked quite hard. The sifting that we did. Yeah. Yeah, this is the extent of our work so far, but I think a well-earned rest at this time of year after all the olives we picked and almond trees we pruned. Anyway, I'll sign out for now and I'll catch you with you in a bit.